The Phantasmagorium show is pleased and proud and overjoyed and merriment to present
All that stuff.
Scott not giving a crap about Avatar 2. Also, Tom Cruise jumped out of a plane. We do not have any reports as to whether or not
He landed.
he is alive. Let's go.
And we are live.
I dropped my pencil.
Well,
hang on. Can we delay this anymore?
Yeah, we'll fix it in post.
No, I found a new one.
We'll edit it out.
This one has an eraser. That's great. How are
Hey,
you,
Scotty.
Steve?
I'm good. I'm good.
That's
good weekend. How are you?
I
know. It was a funeral weekend for you, so that's kind of a bummer. But hopefully, you celebrated life and you're back on Sunday to talk about good stuff that makes us happy.
Well, I mean, I am here in a life celebration because I don't want to be all doom and gloom, and I don't want to say anything really overly negative about Avatar 2, The Way of Water. I haven't seen it yet, but I do want to celebrate the man who is Jim Cameron. And I absolutely, there's been a lot of things going on about never bet against James Cameron, and that is something that I agree with.
Sure, yeah. I mean, it made money. It didn't. I don't think it made the money that they were hoping for, but it made money.
Well, but anyway, before we get into the headier parts of the topic, it's good to see you. How was your weekend?
My week was good. It is what it is.
Good. Did you see anything?
Huh?
Did you watch anything?
I didn't go to the movies this weekend.
Did you see any shows?
I was going to go see Avatar: The Way of Water, but I decided not to. So it's not because I think it's going to suck. I think it's going to be really good. I think I'm going to really like it. It's just I just don't know. It's not one of those movies and I'm like, oh, I got to see it opening weekend,
Well, luckily we do have someone here who has seen it opening weekend.
Yeah, and from all accounts, really liked it.
Hey, we're talking Avatar.
Yeah,
yeah.
Popped right into the shit. Hey,
yeah. I saw Avatar last night with a huge group of friends with my godson, which is always really fun because we always get to see special movies together and stuff like that. And it was interesting. Cool. I like to turn and look and see what he was thinking. And he was edge of his seat a lot like this a lot. Yeah. I was really stoked about that. But I also
how old, if you don't mind me asking?
He's going to be 16 in 2 weeks.
Okay.
But I also saw it with John, my Cinema Go partner, and he is the world's biggest James Cameron fan. It's his top 4 favorite movies of all time are James Cameron movies.
Yeah.
So this was a tough one for him. And I'll say right off the bat, I'll speak for him because he did say this. He thought it was the worst James Cameron movie. And okay.
Oh, okay.
But he doesn't mean that's a bad movie. He just means from the pinnacle of
I get it.
Cameron.
Yeah. Well, dude, we when we're talking about Quentin Tarantino movies, like everyone, even the worst one, that in our mind is way better than most movies.
Right?
Yeah. So yeah. No, I get it. Totally.
I liked it a lot more than John because I think I wasn't expecting as much from it. I was kind of like I didn't really like the first Avatar movie that much. It's kind of forgettable. I just liked this one more because it focused more on characters and it focused more on family dynamic. And there was by the end of it, it earns all the wow moments that it got. Well, and the theater was like screaming and the last 45 minutes of this movie, it's so James Cameron. It's got Titanic, Aliens, The Abyss. Like there's so many very not subtle references to those movies. But I don't know. I just had a blast. I had chills a lot in this movie. It just, it worked for me, man. But I totally get why people don't like it though. I really do.
Yeah.
Well, and also you have a connection to and sort of an oceanic environment.
Yeah. I think that has a lot to do with it. Like watching.
Like, I hate water levels in video games.
Yeah.
I don't care about, like, I've never played a sub-aquatic game that I've ever
No,
loved.
I want a flying mount. Thank you. And
I would much
I'll
rather
fly over the ocean. Yeah.
Pandora from Avatar 2 looked more interesting to me than Pandora from Avatar: The Way of the Water.
Oh my god, the water, the water like villages are so much more interesting than just the forest.
Okay.
I mean, there's so much more to explore, and yeah, you're right, Scotty. Like, I grew up surfing and stuff like that, and it's like there's so many moments in this movie where if you've ever taken a wave, or just even if you've just like snorkeled or like gone on an underwater dive, you're just like, it's just so
I've snorkeled.
gorgeous. Yeah,
I have snorkeled,
and it just makes you just feel it. Hey, what's
but
up?
I don't.
What's
I
up,
don't think
Cap?
Unity, good to see you. Thank you for agreeing with me. Well, and the thing is that I'm not trying, and this is very primary to my, I guess, conversation that I'm yelling at the internet. Thanks for being here.
Yes,
Is that it's not that I'm angry at it. It's not that I don't like it or think it's stupid or woke or whatever. It's just that it isn't grabbing me.
Oh, it's definitely.
But it's stupid as well.
Definitely not woke. It has none of that.
Isn't there a pregnant lady?
Isn't
that supposed to be woke?
But the central story is about a man taking care of his family, and
which is cool.
Yeah, it's not woke. It's not woke.
Okay. All right, then let's dismiss that. Kat always dismisses that. I throw it up there to see how quickly it can be spiked back over the net.
Yeah, I'm not a big carer about that anyway, that much, but I'll tell you, this one doesn't have any of that shit in it. Yeah.
No,
okay.
I don't like to be preached to by lessers, so it's fine.
Do you feel?
I want in my entertainment, I just want to be entertained.
Yes,
I don't want to be preached to.
Yes, and that's what this movie does.
I'm not a moron, so I can go look it up. I have the internet. So
love the dialogue of this movie or not, it's so fucking entertaining.
So I dig that, dude. And you know what? For me, James Cameron always entertains.
Yes,
he wins all the time for me. That doesn't mean it's gonna win every time for you. That's fine. It doesn't matter.
But that was part of the frustration that I have with the Avatar franchise, is that when Avatar 2 comes out 13 years later.
Yeah, 13 years. Yeah.
I'm like, I am angry at Avatar for taking up so much of James Cameron's time. I know it's what he wants to do.
No,
so
dude,
I'm an asshole.
Scotty, no. You and me, and especially John, feel the exact same way. We feel there's been so many movies he could have made.
At least 2.
Yeah, like in that amount of time. But I gotta say, when I watched this, I was like, it's kind of worth the wait. Yeah, for me, like, because it brings you back.
That makes a lot of sense, Ben. Not only are you a brilliant filmmaker and know your craft, but you view movies like that in that lens. So if you're telling me that this movie is that good, just on a technical level, I'm buying a ticket, right? I'm in already.
Well, the technical level is
but on top of that, I still think James Cameron doesn't miss. And I don't have a miss yet from him. So everybody's talking shit like this guy doesn't make good movies. Like this guy makes good movies all the time, and if he has to spend 25 years to make a movie that kicks ass,
people were talking shit on Avatar before it came out because he hadn't made a movie in 12 years from Titanic, which was a masterpiece in its own right. Same shit.
My favorite is The Abyss.
Oh God! And you're gonna love this movie because
really,
so much of The Abyss in this movie. It's like he's paying homage, but he's paying homage.
That is my favorite James Cameron movie.
Really? Oh God, I love The Abyss so much.
I like aliens and all that shit, but I do like Titanic, but The Abyss is one. I love that movie, dude. I would
say there's only one James Cameron movie that you don't see in Avatar 2, and that's probably True Lies for obvious reasons.
Dude, that's a good fucking movie too.
No, man. I love it. I love it so much. but it just doesn't, it doesn't translate into
of course
what you're seeing. So
I would like to digress into our, I don't know. Do you guys want to do like a ranking of Camerons on the fly? And if we are asked tomorrow, we don't have to actually adhere to this list.
I think I just did. So yeah. So Abyss.
But I do. Okay, wait,
Aliens,
hang on. Before we do that, yeah, no, this is a teaser. This is how we draw people into watching longer, Steven.
Oh, hopefully they do. Good for you, Scotty.
So I'd like to say hi to Captain Infinity in the chat. Tim, blasphemy. Yes, I'm aware.
What's up, Tim?
It's good to see you. Pleasant Valley Picker CA. Nice to see you, PvP.
With Spider-Man, Black Phillips in there.
I look forward to seeing you. Scogly, cheers, friends. I like that because it is simply a cheers. Of course, we have Phil wants to come in. I don't know, man. He's a troublemaker.
That's your
dude, come in. I'll hook it up on the on the runny side.
On the runny side. Oh, dude, I just watched.
I know.
Well, you know. Anyway, Canadian Spider-Man is also here. Are you still in Mexico, NAFTA Spider-Man? Lemon Pie, it's nice to see you. Hey, Lemon.
Oh, hey, Lemon Pie. I feel like I know Lemon Pie because I watched so much of Scotty and Jill. Scotty, honestly, I went to sleep last night listening to yours and Jill's voice because I was listening to the big 3-hour show you guys did on her channel.
For Galaxy Quest.
Oh, it was so good. It was so good. You guys just awesome.
And they do a great job on the Quantum Leap here on Thursdays.
Yeah. I haven't seen that one, but man, you're so good on that show, Scotty. You're so good on that, and so is she. I mean, it helps me fall asleep, and that's not a disrespect. It's a good thing. She has that voice.
Yeah.
Well, you've mentioned it over on the show. It's like, Jill, why don't you do ASMR?
Yeah.
So she does
stuff, man. Good.
You just have to listen to me bark every now and then.
The Galaxy Quest stuff was awesome because I fucking love that movie so much.
Such a good movie.
Amazing, fantastic. Yeah. So if you'd like to hear more,
would you like to know more?
Would you like to know more? So anyway, thank you, chat, for being here. Don't forget to do the liking, the sharing, the subscribing. Subscribe to Cinema Gulp and us if you're not, and if you're here for the first time.
Do all the things.
I'm so sorry.
Click all the bells. Hit all the buttons. Smash.
Smash those sleigh bells, guys.
Smash them. Smash.
All right. So Steve, you were saying number 1 was The Abyss.
Okay.
That's a great pick.
You can't hold this to me because I'm off the cuff and I don't have something in front of me. But yeah, The Abyss, Aliens. Oh,
yep.
Fuck. And then Avatar. Yeah. I'm going to put Avatar.
What?
Yep.
Dude, Steve, you like Avatar 3? You're going to fucking love the second movie.
Dude, when I saw Avatar, I said this the other day on a friend's call, but on like a Zoom call. When I saw this movie, it transformed movies for me. I'd never seen anything like it before. Avatar. And it was so amazing that I immediately went home, grabbed my mom, and took her to go see the movie because it was. And then she was like, "Oh my God, I've never seen anything like this before."
You got to see the second one.
It was awesome. So, and I didn't, I get the Fern Gully in space, all that. I understand that criticism.
Why?
But when I was sitting there with my mom watching the movie and having this beautiful experience wrapped around me and her, it was, dude, you can't, it's not even tangible. There's no way to express how fucking awesome that is.
Scotty compared the new one to, what was it, the Snorks?
Yes. The Smurfs and the Snorks. Well, because Scotty,
it's so easy.
Doesn't care. He just doesn't care. But I didn't like this. I didn't think the story was the greatest story in the world, but it was a good movie, and it transformed kind of a movie watching. Movies are experiential. Is that a word? When everybody can experience together, like a togetherness. These movies that James Cameron makes are those kind of movies where you hang out with a bunch of fucking people you don't know and you cheer for cool shit on the screen, right? Yeah. And that's what I like about it. And that's would I nominate these movies to be in the halls of the best movies of all time? No, of course not. They're not Shakespeare.
But the technical achievement,
great achievements.
Like I can't argue. It's the same sort of ballpark that I'm riding the wave in when it comes to Lord of the Rings in terms of the technical achievement and the storytelling of what you're trying to convey. They're good. Like I can't say they're bad.
I
just don't like them.
Care.
And that's
Scotty. That's
awesome. That's okay.
Scotty unapologetically just says, "I don't give a fuck."
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I don't like him. Yep.
And that's
he couldn't even make it. He couldn't make it through 30 minutes.
Yeah, he didn't get past the Shire.
I couldn't get out of the Shire.
Out of the Shire yet.
That's fine though. I get it. I totally get that. 100%.
Hey, Herc.
No, I get it. I get it too. It's just, it is what it is. Dude, and that's what the greatest thing about art. And Scotty and I talk about this on the show all the time. It's how it's subjective. It's how it lands on you.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you spend all your time trying to convince other people that something is good or bad, you're just wasting your time. In my opinion, you're wasting your time, dude. If it lands for you, great. If it doesn't, that's cool too. There's so much more to fucking see and experience that we don't have to just focus on this one thing that you don't like or you do like.
Well, it's so much with anything. It's so much with anything in life. You're not going to convince somebody against their opinion, but you can share yours. And that's the best you can do is just share yours. Yeah. Here's why I like stories. I understand why you don't, but here's why I do. Yeah.
And that's and I think that's why when we started our little show is because these are things we love. We love these things. Like them, don't like them. It doesn't really matter to us. Great if you do like it. It's cool. We have more stuff to talk about. If you don't like it, then Scotty and you have a lot to talk about because he hates everything. So
that's not true. That's not true.
I have much joy for many things.
He loves Die Hard.
I do,
especially if they're old or John Hamm.
Well, that's a given. But who doesn't?
Or old John Hamm, which is
man.
Awesome.
I can't believe I still haven't seen the new Fletch movie yet. You know what it was, Scotty, is when you went ahead and did that Fletch video without me. I was like, you know what? I can wait.
Did you not see it yet? Confess
Fletch? Yeah, because I didn't know how the fuck.
Oh, it's so fun. Dude, me, a non-Fletch lover, liked this one. I really liked it.
A lot of people like it.
It was cool. It was good. I mean, it's not going to win awards or anything, but it was a fun movie to watch.
Well, and now it's dropped in price too, so it's down to rental. You don't have to pay like the exorbitant amount in Canadian dollars that I did.
I think I'm still sour that we never got a Jason Lee Fletch movie. I don't know.
Well, I'm still sour we didn't get True Lies 2, but you're going and watching Avatar 2 like it's your fucking job.
Well, True Lies 2 was not going to have Arnold in it. It was just going to have Tom Arnold in it.
Well,
oh my God, it's like Kindergarten Cop 2.
With Dolph Lundgren.
So Ben, you said that you weren't that much of a fan of the original Avatar.
No, because I'm a huge Cameron fan. Aliens is my second favorite movie of all time.
Oh, did you want to go through your top three? Steve only got through his top three.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Avatar is a Christmas movie.
Fuck off.
Well,
just because there's a tree.
No, it is because just like Lord of the Rings,
it's not
Christmas
really.
movies because they came out in December. Yeah, so
sorry.
I was just Canadian Spider-Man said Die Hard is the best Christmas movie ever, and I don't agree. But
I don't agree with that.
I do like that.
It's one of the best action movies of all time, but it's not the best Christmas movie of all time.
No.
Yeah, the best Christmas movie of all time is Scrooged.
But I respect
No, it's Miracle on 34th Street.
I respect Canadian Spider-Man's opinion, though. So.
Yeah, if that's no. And you know what? I would, if you are a fan of Die Hard, the first one as a Christmas movie, I say it's time to revisit Die Hard 2, Die Harder. It
And
is
Lethal
an
Weapon
excellent
1 is a
Lethal
good
Weapon
Christmas
1
movie.
is a good Christmas
Fucking
movie. And
good. Yep.
I'm sure I'm preaching to the choir when I say Gremlins.
Yeah, totally.
And if I had longer arms, I would go. Ben, thank you for the recommendation. I know you just did a Christmas crime caper video on the Ref, and I got my copy on DVD.
What'd you think?
Loved it. Haven't seen it since it first came out on DVD.
Hold on,
it's right up your alley.
The Ice Harvest, Ben?
Ice Harvest comes out tomorrow.
Oh, dude, it's so good. That's a good movie.
That
reminded me of one of my favorite movies, old school movies, Ice Storm. So the ice. So I put the trailer in our little chat, and dude, shot for shot, I think Scotty did the trailer voiceover. Dude, listen to the trailer. It sounds just like ScottyR.
I don't want to be self-aggrandizing about this. I didn't know about this until Steve posted it.
You're not saying you did not do that, right?
When I heard it, I was like, "Holy shit, it's me!
Holy shit, it is me!" It sounds just like
it's like that episode of Seinfeld where George finds the audiobook and it's his voice, and it's like, "How did this happen?"
I love that, dude. That movie is so good, and all the actors in it are fucking major hardcore actors, supreme godhead actors right now. But 25 years ago, they were just regular actors. The I don't know what to call them, but workaday actor.
Working actors. Yeah.
Well, Sigourney Weaver was huge, obviously, and Kevin Kline's huge. But
it was Elijah Wood, as a young
Elijah Wood, yeah. It was so.
There's someone else in there I saw. Oh, right, Christina Ricci's in there, isn't she?
Yeah. Christina Ricci, Elijah Wood.
Elijah Wood scene, man, where he just gets shocked and then his body's just falling down. You're just like, oh.
And remember the pool scene, or the fucking frozen pool scene dude. That whole
cool
movie,
thing, the Ice Harvest is the same thing. It takes Wichita, Kansas as okay, this place is frozen. It's been snowing, but now it's raining, which if you've ever lived in the Midwest, I went to college in Chicago. When it's raining and everything is frozen, it's so scary. You do not want to drive. You don't want to even walk because you'll just slip right on your ass, and the Ice Harvest does such a good job of keeping John Cusack's character condensed to this area because he needs to get the fuck out of town because of what he just did, but he can't because it's too slippery. It's a great, easy concept for a Christmas Eve caper story. I love it so much.
Totally.
Ben, before we move on, I do have to get your top 3 Cameron movies.
Aliens is my first.
Aliens is one.
True Lies is my second.
That's
I'm probably the only person that will ever say that, but
no, that's a good one, dude.
And then Terminator 2 is my third.
Okay. Dude, see, I fucking love those movies too. It's so hard.
I love all those movies, dude.
It's so hard, and I want
The Abyss would be number 4 for sure. I actually take the original Terminator and kind of put it way in the back because I respect the hell out of it for what it did, but it's not a rewatchable movie.
No, but T2 is the superior film.
Yeah, well, T2 is fucking amazing.
And for me, I put The Abyss above all those. So.
I love The Abyss, man. I love The Abyss.
I love that movie.
Number 4 for me for sure.
Cool.
But I do put Avatar 2 above Avatar 1. And I think if you see it, Steve, you might feel the same way.
Okay.
If you like one as much as you do.
Yeah.
The second one just expands on the characters and makes you care more about these people. So by the time you get to your last 45 minutes, it's earned. You're actually worried about people. I didn't give a fuck about anybody in Avatar 1 because it was just
me neither. I don't even remember any of the story arcs or any of that. It was so basic. I was like, yeah, whatever. I just love the the visual.
Yeah.
aspect of it.
And this one's visually more beautiful and actually has better character development.
Cool.
So.
Yeah, dude. I'll see it. Like I'm not gonna see it.
Yeah.
I didn't rush out on opening day for it.
I didn't either. We waited till last night to see it because I wanted to see it with my godson and stuff. And
yeah, that's cool, man.
Yeah, we like to go see those kind of special movies,
Well,
yeah.
What is Phil saying? Die Hard is a movie that takes place at Christmas, but I don't rank it. Yeah, I agree with him.
Yeah,
I agree with Phil. I love it. It takes place at Christmas, but it's not a Christmas movie.
Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
Aliens, True Lies, and T2 are Black Phillip's top 3.
Dude,
that's
the same
solid list, bro.
That's the same list as me.
That's a fucking solid list.
Good on you, Black Phil.
Yep.
How many James Cameron movies are there?
Not that
13?
many.
7?
Well, if you count Piranha, you have to count Piranha.
I don't. I've never seen it.
You have to count it, though. You have to count it because
I can count it, but I can't put it in my favorite.
So that and then Terminator, Aliens, The Abyss, Terminator 2, True Lies, Titanic, Avatar. He's only done 9 movies, dude.
9 movies. And almost every one was a fucking home run.
So here's my list.
He's done 9 movies.
So my list goes Aliens,
yes,
Terminator 1, Titanic, Terminator 2, Abyss, True Lies, then Avatar.
That's more than 3.
No, I know. I just did the whole list.
I like it.
Except for Piranha.
That's a solid list, dude.
Aliens. If Aliens is not your first, it's
Aliens is first.
No. I know that. I know. That's why I was saying that because it's mine too. And I think
stop yelling at me.
So I love that, but I like The Abyss. I think a little more than the Aliens movie.
Yeah, I love them both so much for almost the exact same reasons. They have great characters. They both have great characters. They don't care about killing off characters, which is good to do. As long as those characters are built up.
Mm-hmm.
God, that scene in The Abyss where he's just like, "You bitch, you never gave up on anything in your life." He's just like beating the shit out of her chest.
Yeah.
That scene.
Didn't Mary Elizabeth Master Antonio just leave the set because they wouldn't cut?
It's Mary Elizabeth Parker, or Mary.
No, it's Mary Elizabeth Master Antonio.
No, I think it's Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Is it Mary Elizabeth?
I'm kidding. You were right, but there's
Johnny Ho.
There's so many Marys with third names in Hollywood. So
I know it's adorable.
Mary Louise Parker.
Mary Louise Parker.
Mary Elizabeth, me, please.
Yes. What?
All right. Yes. That doesn't work, but it's funny and fun.
So okay.
Here's the thing. So I love Aliens. I fucking love Aliens. But the first 2 movies I think are amazing in totally different ways, right? One's a horror movie, one's an action movie. Love that. But for me, I just think I put The Abyss above.
Totally get it, man. The Abyss is brilliant and beautiful, and it's amazing.
Okay, so I'll briefly touch on this, but I would like to discuss my own Avatar experience, and part of the reason I'm in the fucking thumbnail, yo. Yeah. So anyway, no, but when with Aliens, I really like. I enjoy the action of it. I enjoy the difference between Michael Biehn in Aliens and in The Abyss.
We're in
same actor
now, man.
Completely
different completely different characters. Funny, sorry, I got lost there at the beginning and I found my way back.
He's like a corporal for special forces in both, but he's such a different guy and
totally different. That's what I love about his portrayals in movies. He's a. And everybody's like, "Oh yeah, it's Michael Biehn again, Michael Biehn." But dude, every time you see him, he gives you a different
take. If he wasn't such a drunk, he just
became an alcoholic, dude, his take in Alien or in The Abyss is amazing.
Oh.
When he's doing the shakes and
He's
he got the bins, and he's like, dude,
he's like,
that is
we have no
phenomenal.
way of telling the surface.
Yeah, and then he gets dude, so fucking convincing and
good.
And
his like SEAL buddies are just looking at each other, going like, dude,
you're like, fuck,
he's losing his mind. Like,
oops.
Yeah, he's so good.
And when it comes to Michael Biehn, it's interesting that you bring up that he had a
game over, man.
A drinking. No, that's Bill Paxton, the late great.
No, I know. I've been. Me and Phil are talking back and forth in the chat. Sorry.
All right. Anyway, so, but like, it's interesting that Michael Biehn was or developed into his own personal problems, considering that he replaced James Remar, who was going through his own.
But he was like,
I love James Remar's fucking dope too.
Everybody talk at once.
Was like a heroin addict though, dude. He was like going out and
was he
trying to get heroin and shit?
Like on set?
No, well, during his film, because they filmed the whole hive scene with James Remar, and there's actually shots still left that are James Remar and not Michael Biehn, just from the back of his body. Yeah, but yeah, no, he just went out in town and got him. I mean, he's resurfaced. He's still a good actor, but yeah,
James Remar's awesome.
Yeah, at the time he just had some problems, and he went out in London and got himself in some trouble, and they had to shit can him. And it kind of probably worked better because I don't know about you guys, but I don't see Ripley really kind of falling for the James Remar guy as much.
No, totally for the other one though. Yeah, sure.
Michael Biehn just has he was a good looking guy. He was like a leading man looking guy, you know.
So this is where I thought that arc didn't play itself out the way I wanted it to through the Alien films. Because I thought his version of, the best friend from, 1,000 years ahead or whatever it is, I thought it was awesome. And I thought he could actually do more in these movies. And he was kind of like an ancillary character, especially in T2. I'm like, I was hoping for. I was just hoping for more, I think.
Yeah, I know. Nobody knew there was going to be a Terminator 2, so his
character
died, but god damn, if they could find like a way to like actually bring him back, they probably would have, but I think Cameron was like, yeah, that would just be too uncanny and too.
Did you guys watch the TV show?
The Sarah Connor Chronicles.
Yeah,
it was awesome, dude.
I thought that TV show was dope.
It was so good. It was, so
it was awesome. And
it sucked that it didn't.
I think it was like one season and out, but it
was 2 seasons. 2 seasons.
2 seasons, yeah. But it had, we had
Brian Austin.
Dude,
Green.
It had Brian Austin Green from Beverly Hills 90210. Playing a very,
but he was great in this role.
No, that's what I'm saying. They beefed him up, and he was a very convincing.
Lena Headey,
he was the brother to Kyle Reese. He was the brother, and it's like it worked somehow. Yeah,
and Summer Glau start dancing and doing his music. Dude, Summer Glau from fucking all the weed and stuff.
Yeah,
I love her.
She's awesome. Summer Gale. Summer Gal.
Isn't it Glau or whatever?
Summer Gal, yeah.
Glau or whatever her last name is. She's
Glau. Glaou.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Glau. Summer
Not
Glau.
O. There's no O. The O was mine.
She's beautiful and she was great.
She's awesome in everything she's in.
Yeah. I love that episode where John Connor's laying in bed with her and he's just like, I want to fuck this robot.
Dude, I thought that show was good.
Yeah,
I was like, man, when they canceled it, I was like,
and then they brought Shirley Manson from Garbage.
That's right.
She was good. Yeah,
she was a Terminator, wasn't she?
Yeah, well, you didn't know that at first. She was the creator of the John Henry, because she's like, the John Henry program, because she had her hard Scottish accent. But then, you found out she was a Terminator later. Yeah,
I like that show.
One of the Terminators in the Sarah Connor Chronicles was played by Garrett Delahunt.
Yeah, he was.
Oh yeah, dude. Garrett Delahunt is one of my favorite actors, dude.
Do you remember? Do you remember in season 1, like right before the season finale? It was just him as he was just a regular Terminator, like Arnold was in the first one, and it was a montage of him just machine gunning people, and they kept falling into a swimming pool, and the camera decided to take the perspective of the swimming pool. And just you can hear the machine gun shooting, and you just see these cops' bodies falling in the pool. Yeah. I'm like, wow, for a Fox TV show, I'm like, that's
pretty cool,
hardcore,
dude.
Oh no, and it was great.
Yeah.
So that dude went on. The last thing I saw him in was the spinoff of Walking Dead. Fear the. I think it was called Fear the Walking Dead. Yeah, and he's in that, dude. He elevates anything he's in, dude.
Yeah.
He's just that good.
He was in one scene of that Marilyn Monroe movie called Blonde.
Mm-hmm.
He just plays a sleazy producer, and it's amazing. So, no, I'm a big fan of that show. In fact, I'm going to check out and see how much it is on Blu-ray. Yeah, cool. But in terms of my appreciation for Avatar, let me tell you my tale of Avatar. Where did I go to Pandora?
Let's go to Pandora.
I was in Australia in 2009, and I went to...
Not your fault.
Yeah, no, I know. It was fun. I had a great time.
Yeah, I know. At least
and so anyway, I went to a movie theater. They have movie theaters in Australia, just so you know. And I saw Avatar because
in Australia.
I think there were 3 movies we saw that year, and they were all important. The first one was Avatar, I think. And I thought it was going to be bigger than Star Wars. I went in, I put on my blue blockers, and I watched the movie. And I thought it was absolutely visually stunning. I had no idea what they were saying because I was too busy looking for the 3D. By an hour and 45 minutes into the movie, how long is Avatar?
Like 2 hours, something like that.
No, it's more than that.
2.5. I don't know.
I'll find out.
This one's like 3 hours, so the new one.
So anyway, I fell asleep for a little bit because my eyes got tired.
Bladder control, please.
No, I wet myself.
Oh.
So no, my eyes got tired, and I kind of dozed off for a bit because I really enjoyed seeing the computer screens on the human vessels, but whenever
they're floating around, dude, the whole thing is fucking dumb when they're floating around.
Yeah, but I don't like going.
I'm nerding out a little bit, remembering how cool it was.
Well, please do it silently.
Okay.
So I'm watching this, and there's floating stuff, and there's like the willow trees that are like dingleberries they come at your face. And then there's like sex going on from snorks into the things to make it so that you can make them your buddies or whatever. I don't know. I don't get it. I'm just looking at 3D
they're
things,
just
and
blue.
They're coming at me. And so anyway, I pass out. It's oversensitive. Like I'm blown away. And then I get up for like the last 10 minutes, and apparently they're cheering. And my girlfriend at the time is like, "Are you ready to go?" And I'm like, "Why? Was I snoring?" And she's like, "Yes."
I love that. That's awesome, dude. Yeah.
So flash forward, please. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Were you still going? Sorry.
I'm going to talk about the second time.
No, but I think my favorite character in the first movie was Michelle Rodriguez because she was the human connection to everybody. And I love it. She dies like a rock star. Spoilers. But the second one has...
I must have been asleep.
The second one has obviously fewer like human characters, but there's a new character that I'll his name is Spider, but I'll leave it at that. I don't want to give anything away, but it's a great character that could have been really horrible. And it just works because the actor is really good. and he's just this interesting character that wants to be a Na'vi, but is not, but is human, but grew up there as a kid.
Oh, that's
It
interesting.
gives you that human connection throughout the entire movie. Every time you see him, he has the same abilities. Like, I mean, he's not super strong like them, but he can climb and jump and do all this stuff, but he can't breathe the air. So he's always got this mask on.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've seen that character. It's
oh, he's so good. He's so good.
Really? Awesome.
And he's kind of like the Michelle Rodriguez one, where it's like, that's the character that's like, you know, the humans are like, well, we're going to, you know, we're good with you. But then she was like, fuck this. Remember that? I love that about her. She's like, fuck this. I didn't sign up for this. And you know, obviously she dies, you know, but she goes out in a blaze of glory. And God, I just love Michelle Rodriguez.
Yeah. Me too. God damn.
Anyway, I saw it again on Blu-ray, and yeah. So I don't know. I turned it off.
3D, just at home.
I don't care. I don't care about 3D. I'm not going to go see 3D movies anymore.
And I get that, but I think it's and like I said earlier, it's an experiential thing to go to the movie and see it in 3D. If they shoot it that way, you should see how I get it.
Well, yeah, when Avatar
2D
2,
later,
you have to see that way. I saw it in 3D IMAX. You kind of have to see it that way.
Yeah. So when I see it on 2D later, it diminishes the film for me.
Me too.
For sure.
It notches down.
No argument. But what I'm saying is that if you want to revisit Pandora, then I would say go to the biggest screen in the highest fidelity of three-dimensional goggles you can.
Please,
like a friend of the channel, our only member. Thanks, Matt. Cheers for being here. But we appreciate your dollar. We don't know where it goes.
We love it.
So anyway, he saw it with Todd Michael, and Todd Michael has issues with 3D, so they didn't see it in 3D. But like, is this a movie? And this is something that hasn't been heavily promoted. Is this a movie that if you are going to see it, like, just spend the $40?
Yeah, you have to. In my opinion, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm
asking the guy who spent the $40.
You have. If a filmmaker makes a movie to be seen in a certain way, I think you owe it to yourself to see it in that format.
Did you see it in 3D and IMAX, Ben?
Yeah, I saw it in 3D IMAX, and it's only $25, not $50.
That's $40 Canadian.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Well, that's because you're Canadian.
But no, you have again, just an ocean lover, like just the shit that you see, like it's just magnificent. It just
when you're
so immersive and incredible.
When you're under the sea, and there's like
crabs and shit,
like Sebastian the Crab. Yeah,
but just like little bits in the water. Like, is it clear blue water, or is there a depth of field with like things in the water that makes it like?
Both.
Is it crazy 3D? Tell me about the 3D.
Both. It's very colorful. The depth of field is incredible. Like, there's nothing blurred out in the background. That's the thing about 3D technology. If you're shooting your movie to be a 3D movie, that's the whole point. It's not about stuff popping out at you. Nothing in Avatar 2 pops out at you and makes you go, oh, it's not about that. It's about like immersiveness.
Like
living in the world around it.
Badass.
Yeah, that's what it's about. I guarantee you in this movie, in 3 hours and 10 minutes, there's nothing that shoots out and jumps into the screen, because that's not what 3D is supposed to be,
But you know what, Scotty makes a good point. when I saw Avatar for the first time 3D, it wasn't the shit that was like popping out. It was like the computer screens were bubbly and beautiful and lit up. And
I love the screen.
It looked like you could just touch it. Like, oh, I can touch that. right?
It's a GUI system.
It was fucking badass.
Well, the thing about
I'm hoping that's more of that kind of feel.
The thing about it too is like
in it, you know,
when you get a movie that's made by James Cameron where he spent all this time and effort to do that, the color grading of the movie is taken very seriously. So he never makes it to where you see a human and you see a Na'vi in the same space together where anything looks off. That's the thing. Like you see like a Marvel movie or something, like, you know, Thanos was good, but there's other characters where, you know, they're CGI renders and they just don't feel they don't fill the space correctly. Like the thing about the 3D that Cameron does is like when you see a 12-foot Na'vi standing next to a human in the same scene, the color grading works so good with the 3D that you don't.
So I'm gonna use a word that is probably played out because we all like Robert Meyer Burnett, but it's verisimilitude, right? You feel like you live in that set, right?
Yeah,
they bring you into the world.
Yeah,
and that's what was cool about the first Avatar. I'm hoping I feel the same way when I watch this one.
Oh, you will, dude.
Yeah,
you will.
Cool.
You will for sure.
So Black Phillip Alvarez, he has zero. He's like Scotty. He's like zero interest in Avatar. Hopefully, dude, Black Phillip, come on the show if you can. But I sent him the link. But he's like, yeah, and he just, I get it. A lot of people didn't see the magic or you know, when I saw this movie, like I shared earlier, it was transformative for me. And, you know, so much so I dragged my mom to go see the movie. So I don't think we've had that transformative type of movie in the last 20 years or so. I don't know. I don't think so.
It's not my favorite movie of the year.
Hang on.
And I'm hoping.
Well, no, I wasn't talking to you, Ben.
I'm hoping the new one. I know you're talking to me because I'm rambling on.
You are rambling.
But I'm hoping the new one feels the same way.
It's usually my job.
Steve, if you love the first one that much, you're gonna fucking eat this shit up.
Yeah, like that's what
to me, it's a better movie than the first one. So.
Well, and that's the thing, and this is also part of it. Like, I don't give a hoot, but like, if you're a fan, like, if you're putting Avatar in your top 3, dude.
Oh yeah.
Like, you got to check this out on a big screen.
Yeah.
With the blue blockers.
With the blue blockers. Yeah.
Like, you just got to do it. Like, you don't have to wear. You don't wear glasses. Like, it's not uncomfortable for you.
I wear glasses, but
you don't have to when you're watching a movie.
My buddy Holly.
Yeah. Well, you've seen
Scotty calls me. These are my buddy Holly glasses.
You guys have seen me with glasses on. It's usually when we're doing me and John are doing a show, and I have to read something that we have.
That's all I have.
Our little fake teleprompter. Yeah, because we're trying to read something, so I have them on. But if we're not reading shit, then I never have them on. But no, I have glasses. But
so if I take these glasses off, all I see is bitmaps.
Yeah, see, I'm fine. Like mine are more like just like deep reading, you know, like if I'm reading a Fletch book or something.
If you don't mind, Scotty, let's get into the chat because this is I think a good point.
Eugene Bird says, "Hey, Bird, but what about the story? I heard the first one was what we would today call woke and preachy, so I didn't go see it. I'm attracted to Zoe Saldana, though. Rather like watching her live. I would rather, Zoe's body, that's a heavenly visual effect if you know what I mean. Well, you know what? I've seen her in a Starfleet uniform, and that is my favorite attire.
Yeah.
My favorite, the sexiest Zoe Saldana is to me is when she's Gamora. I just love
me too. Yeah,
her look as Gamora.
Awesome.
I don't know, man. That sex scene in The Losers.
Just to take it back to what about story? Yes, I think we've covered that. We can cover it some more. The story is lacking in the first Avatar movie. It's not solid.
Well, it's basic.
It's a tropey kind of regular story that you've heard time and time again. But here's the thing about those stories that you've heard time and time again. the reason that people tell them time and time again is because they're good.
Thank you, Entertainment Tonight.
Well, yeah, well, fuck me.
Well,
fuck
no,
you.
but like,
it's not because it sucks. It's not a bad story. It's just a story you've heard multiple times.
Well, here's the thing, Steve. The second one, the story is probably even more simplistic. But again, here's the thing, though. This one focuses so much on all these different characters that they spend time writing for you to love them, so that when the climax of the movie happens, you care about what happens to each one of these characters, and you don't know where it's going to go, and you don't know who they're. This movie doesn't pull any punches. There's
what is your favorite character? What is your least favorite characteristic of your favorite character? Is my question.
God, that's a great question.
Because that defines the character.
My least favorite characteristic, I guess I hate characters with cockiness.
Oh
no, they're my favorite.
Yeah, I guess. Well, no, but see, yeah, that's not true though. Like,
what I hate when writers write the story around the hero that's somehow lucks up into shit. He's like dumb fumbles into shit, and all of a sudden he's a genius. I hate that because I don't think that's real, or I've never seen that in my lifetime. I would much rather you just tell me this guy learned a bunch of shit, read a bunch of books, and now this is why he is. He's not, the Joker fumbly. I hate it. I really hate that trope.
Well, I'm gonna take like a full fucking left turn. Like, in terms of characters that I know are like, this is a bad person. I'm going to reference Colonel Jessup from A Few Good Men.
Okay. Yeah.
And a character that I do not like. However, when he asks Tom Cruise's character, who I don't remember at the moment, although I do know, we'll get to this. We got Tom Cruise. We got coffee. He's like, so how's your father? He's dead. Says Coffee.
Yeah.
Colonel Jessup asks, how's your father? Coffee says,
dead.
He's dead. And Colonel Jessup says, well, aren't I the fucking asshole?
Yeah.
And I appreciate that self-awareness in a villain. It makes him ingratiating. And I wouldn't even say villain. I would say antagonist. It is those character developments. And I enjoy those as well. When it comes to protagonists. Like, I would very much enjoy a protagonist that turns into a dick for a second and then is just like, hey, pal, stop being a dick.
No, I like those too. Those are good. Both of those are good. And by the way, that movie, A Few Good Men, turned 30 years old this week, which makes me an old man.
Oh no! It only makes you an old man when you realize you were born the same year that Superman the movie was released.
Oh, yeah, dude, I was 4 years old when the Superman movie came out.
So you're older than I am.
I feel old because I was born the weekend that Star Wars came out. Star Wars
and a poor black child, which is amazing.
Star Wars 1, not A New Hope.
I remember. I remember my mom,
yes, I understand.
My mom, I remember we stood in line to get into Star Wars, and I was like 4 or 5 years old. And then 1977.
Oh shit! Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Look at that. And so we stood in line, and then I remember she took me to. So my mom always took me to Star Wars movies. The Empire Strikes Back. That's the one I remember. I barely remember the first one.
Oh yeah.
I remember standing in line. I don't remember the movie, but I remember Empire Strikes Back, standing in line and getting into the movie.
My dad and my brother took me to see Empire Strikes Back when I was 3, And the only recollection I have of it was the Imperial Walkers, because at 3 you're still trying to figure out what memories are and like images are.
Totally.
But I remember the Imperial Walkers when
dude, on Hoth.
Yes.
That's
how could you forget that imagery?
Yeah.
You know,
how cool is that?
I don't know.
That has nothing to do with Avatar.
No, but we're talking about cinematic excellence and how it affects you. Like, I'm trying to figure out whether
it actually has a lot to do with Avatar, because Steve, for someone like yourself that likes the first Avatar so much, this one, I know this sounds cliche, but it is The Empire Strikes Back. If they only end up making 3, which is a possibility, this is that, because what people laugh at me sometimes, but one of my favorite trilogies of all time is the How to Train Your Dragon movies.
Oh yeah,
I just find each one of them so distinctly different in their own way of like tearing at your emotions and creating different story and different characters. The second one had this big Empire Strikes Back feel to it. The third one had its finality to it. And all of them just gave me all the right emotions.
Cool.
This second Avatar movie, though I didn't really like the first one all that much, this one feels like that spot where it's like,
it sounds to me that you like this one way better than the first one.
Way better. It's just you care about, you're invested in the people and what's going on, but it also has a battle where you're like, okay, this is a halfway battle. I can tell.
So they're making 3. We know they're going to.
It's already done. Yeah.
And then 4 and 5. Do you think it can last that whole?
I don't know. I think 4
is he going to ride the fucking dragon or what?
Everyone talk over each other.
Well, I'm sorry about that. 3 is already.
Wasn't you.
3 is already done. It's in post-production. 4 is already shot, but not in post-production. So I have a feeling, even though 4 is shot, we may not see it, depending upon. But the global box office of this movie already is at like $500 million.
Oh yeah. It made 190 million, I think, on Thursday. So.
Just in like 3 days globally, it's at 5.
It cost a lot of money to make, but but to your point, they shot a lot of 3, 4, and maybe even 5. They shot a lot of extra sets. They shot sets hoping they were going to get 3, 4, and 5 done. So, I mean, how do you actually budget that? You know,
I would actually be fine if they stopped at 3, because I think they have one more story left to tell after watching 2. But obviously, Cameron is not interested in telling other stories anymore.
No, he wants to tell this story, and he wants to bring it back to Earth.
Unfortunate.
And I think he said 5 is coming back to Earth. And how that works and how that plays out, who knows? But I know.
God, I hope that does not materialize.
Well,
because Pandora, it turns out to be a living organism. So.
But where do you see after? And again, I haven't seen it. Steve has not seen it. It sounds like he's gonna, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I hope he does.
I'm gonna see it. Yeah, absolutely.
Sounds like you're an Avatar fan, man.
Oh, I've always been a fan. I was never talk shit on it.
Oh well, it's a marvelous achievement. I find it bland. And
that's fine.
That's how I felt about the first one.
We're not fighting. I'm just saying.
I'm with Scotty. That's how I felt about the first one. The second one, like I said, it restructured its meaning and it gave more depth to people involved.
Now, I do have a question in regards to casting, because this is how little I don't care. How little I don't care. How little I care about Avatar: The Way of Water.
I like how little I don't care.
Well, no, but that means that I care a lot.
You're right.
So how little I care is that I haven't even gone to the IMDb to see who's in it. However, I glanced at some printed reviews wherever I did.
Sure.
And is Edie Falco from The Sopranos in this movie?
Yes. And
I didn't know that.
She's a human.
She's a
human. Her character is so weird and bizarre, because she's a human being, but she's like Oh, I can't give anything away, but it is
Like, how is
unbelievably.
she?
She's great, but it's so distracting because it's Edie Falco.
Oh, fair enough. Is it like Frances McDormand in a Transformers
Right?
movie?
Yeah,
Transformer.
Because you literally
In a Star
you have
Wars.
Edie Falco in a mech suit kicking and punching a giant sized punching bag because she wants to fuck up Na'vi, but she's wearing one of those mech suits. And you're like, oh my god, this is so weird because it's Edie Falco like in this mech suit, but she owns it though. She owns
Wait.
it.
That's cool.
Are there any other cool like celebrity like actor cameos?
What's her name from Titanic?
Spoilers, everybody.
What's her name? Kate Winslet.
Kate Winslet. Yeah.
As a human
Kate
or as a
Winslet
Na'vi?
No, as a Na'vi.
She's a Na'vi queen of the ocean people, and she is so good. But she doesn't have a lot. I feel like, and she's gonna have a lot more to do in the third one.
Is she like Boss Nass?
She just kind of hates. You know, it's one of those things. Like, you know, they bring the forest people. They bring the forest.
We're thinking we're being friends.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you do want to support the Fantasmagorium channel, please upload your best Boss Nass in whatever way you want. Just send it to us. We will use it in an intro. Probably a shenanigans intro.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm assuming a bongo is a transport.
The best character in the movie. The best character in the movie is actually Sigourney Weaver's character because
nice.
Of course, yeah.
Because you know, I don't want to give anything away, but she's back as sort of this kind of thing, and you'll see it when you see it, you'll understand it. But man, her character is so good, and there's so much growth for her in the third one too. But yeah, Sigourney Weaver just crushes it like always.
Well, do you think it falls to and I don't want to undercut Sigourney Weaver, but it sounds like I'm gonna experience it when I see her.
I'll undercut her.
Okay, put that on your business card. But no, like, do you think that this is, like, as you mentioned, it's an Empire Strikes Back? Do you think this is a bridge as opposed to a next installment? Do you think this is leading to something else?
More than one people. More than one.
Scotty, I think it's both. I think the last line of dialogue suggests that there's more to come, right? Like,
we'll see you in Avatar 3.
No, it's basically, this is our fortress. This is where we'll make our stand. But other than that, it does have a conclusion. It does have a clear-cut conclusion to it.
Oh, okay. But
so Ben, if you would be so kind, Black Phillip Alvarez has a question I think only you can answer.
Okay. I've heard the first hour is still set up, and it's wasn't the purpose of the first film. What?
No.
Did I read that wrong?
No. Here's the thing. Don't use use the comma. It's one button.
Yeah.
Second, no, I think that reestablishing, it's been 13 years since we've been on Pandora, and we have to know what Jake Sully and Thierry have been doing. Who knows? There's a lot of shit that you got to take care of in this.
And they handle it beautifully. It's
that's what I understand. I don't care about it, but that's what I understand.
That's kind of why it's 3 hours. The first hour is more the first hour is basically giving you everything, the spillover from the first movie.
So I think that's what what Philip was saying. I heard the first hour is setup.
I don't want to make fun of punctuation, but never use when a comma will do.
I know. Whatever.
I don't know, but I remember Black Phillip had his own rule about not judging a movie till he's seen it. So maybe you should stick with that.
Well, no, but I think that Black Phillip and the likes were on purpose. I apologize for being obtuse. But no, I agree. And I'm not cramping on it.
No, I mean,
it just seems like a thing that is not for me. I do not.
The first hour is going to be like that. Of course.
I do not want to see an animated
I just
James
told you
Cameron.
the first hour is the spillover from the first movie. It's catching you up with what's been happening since the first movie. The next 2 hours are the new story, you know. So is the movie too long? Yes. I am not going to support this length. It does not need to be this long. There's so many scenes in this movie that did not need to be there. I was loving them visually, but you could have cut them out, and you could have made this movie 2:30, and it would have been perfect at 2:30. So 40 minutes of this movie could have been cut. So I'm not going to say it's perfect. It's just James Cameron looking in a mirror and jerking off, you know?
Yeah.
Basically,
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. We do that all the time.
Yeah. Navel gazing. Especially fucking Hollywood. They love that shit. So.
You know, now that you mention it, I have had to spend so many dollars on cleaning products for my mirrors.
American Psycho.
Yeah.
I'm Canadian.
Doesn't matter. You still like American Psycho.
I haven't killed anybody.
That scene.
So and here's just a weird random quick question. Ben, you saw Dune.
Yeah.
Which one is better, Dune or Avatar 2?
To me, Avatar 2, because I didn't really like Dune that much.
Okay. No, and that's just a question in terms of spectacle.
Where's the red?
I love Denis Villeneuve or whatever the fuck. I love
Denis
him.
Villeneuve.
Yeah, I love him so much. I just don't give a fuck about Dune. Just like Scotty doesn't give a fuck about Lord of the Rings. You know,
I give a fuck about Dune.
No, I know a lot of people do, but he asked me a question and I answered it.
And I appreciate your candor. I didn't mean to put you in a tight spot.
No,
yes, you did.
I didn't feel tight at all about that.
That's exactly what you wanted.
I've done that on our own channel. I've mentioned that. I'm like, I think the movie is, it's exquisite in certain regards. I thought the editing and the music was great in Dune. Mm-hmm. I just didn't care. I didn't understand why I'm supposed to care about people, and it happened so quick, and then all this shit happened. And
did you ever read the books or no?
No.
Yeah. So yeah, I get it.
No,
not totally. I mean, it's dense.
I read Fletch books.
Fucking nerdy, geeky shit. I get it. So
I don't even watch.
It's not easy to get into.
I don't even watch the games.
I'm sorry, Scotty. I do think that Denny made a good film that non-book readers
I thought it was a good film.
Could get into, but you have to. I mean, you have to get into it.
I definitely, Steve. I did think it was a good film. I just didn't. I didn't have the emotions I had.
Yeah. No, I get it, man. A lot of people. That happens a lot, especially with genre films. Especially like sci-fi genre. Sci-fi is a hard genre to get into anyways.
Watching Avatar 2 with a crowd full of people in the theater, the awe moments and the moments that, like, the shock moments and the screaming, like people, the clap moment, there were so many moments where people were just eating it up, Yeah. Like, and sometimes that's all it's like Endgame, right? It's like Endgame's not a great movie, like script wise, but it has those awe moments where you're like, everyone's screaming and stuff like that. Like this movie,
because it's all the nerds that read the book and wanted to see that shit on film.
Yeah, and Dune,
and it's cool. It's cool when
much darker experience.
It's cool when they do it. Like, even if it's not exactly like in the books, it's fun to see it. Right? Yeah, it's fucking cool. You're like, yeah, dude, you can cheer.
No, I liked Dune. I just didn't like it as much.
No big deal. I'm a Dune fan. I can't wait for the second one.
Oh, I'm looking forward to the second one because I want to feel more of the investment. If it's actually the second part, is it supposed to be the final part, or is it a second, third?
No. So they were supposed to do the first 3 books in 3 movies. So we'll see what happens. I think it's just going to be the first half of the one book, the first book and a half or so. So it's just going to be half and half.
Okay, well,
There's a bunch of other story, which is awesome with Paul Atreides and the downfall. So this is the rise. The Dune that we've got right now is the rise of Paul Atreides, and he's supposed to be the Mahdi, the
rise of Timothy Chalamet. You mean?
Yeah, the Christ figure.
Isn't he fancy?
No, but he
should be the next Superman.
He should be the next James Bond.
But man, does he go fucking down hard in the books? So I would love to see that too. I don't think we're going to see that.
I hope we do.
I'm trying to find my copy of Dune. I think I burned it.
The ancillary stuff like the Sisterhood on I think it's Amazon. So that's going to be awesome. I think that we're going to get a lot of that backstory in there, which will, I mean, if you're a Dune fan, that'll be good for you.
Well, you know what, Steve? I think we should probably have a conversation that goes over all the things that are coming out on the Amazon slate.
We should. There's a lot of stuff coming out.
I know. There's stuff near and dear to me, stuff near and dear to you, everyone.
And we just learned this week that Henry Cavill is going to do Warhammer 40K,
which I don't know what that is, but I can't wait to see it.
Dude. It was Scotty. Am I right? It was a RPG game, right?
Yeah. It's a tabletop game.
Yeah,
it's a tabletop strategy game, from what I understand.
So I think
imagine Risk, but harder
with all kinds of lore for like fantasy lore behind it.
Oh yeah, totes.
Yeah.
Well, and also there is a pride to be had from painting your own characters and figurines, and it is almost a Dungeons and Dragons situation. When they die, they're dead.
So it sounds like what he really wanted to have happen with The Witcher, but they didn't.
Oh yeah. So I mean, fuck what you heard. All the bullshit that he left The Witcher to do.
He
didn't leave The Witcher to do Superman. He left The Witcher to do this. He's been I
think he left it to do Superman.
No. We know that for a fact. He did.
And then they pulled that shit right after.
But he left to do Warhammer, not only because he wants to star in it. He's producing it, executive producing it. I mean, this is his kind of baby. He's been pitching this shit for years.
Okay, man.
Finally,
he's a real nerd, man.
Got it. Yeah, he's a big nerd. I love it.
Right.
I love it.
He's awesome. A way better looking nerd than most of us.
Yeah.
You're pretty good looking.
So are you.
Both of you.
Oh, Scotty, stop.
Not me. Anyway,
here's the one everybody wants to see.
He's got a nice new haircut that makes him
look at him. Nice.
I know, but I'm white. I can't go out in the moonlight. The sun reflects and I burn. So anyway, no, but Steve, all right.
Yes. No.
I do not understand the timeline of Henry Cavill, and I think you and I should get together, and anyone else who wants to. I do not understand this progression. It happened very quickly. It happened very.
Scott.
Hang on.
Thing you have to remember.
I would love to finish a sentence on this stream.
But then finish.
All over your face, neck, and chest. What?
Oh.
Shut up. Anyway, so no, but and I meant that with love. Like I'm not. Who comes angrily?
And I take it that way.
Exactly. It's a love in. Don't come to our bouncy castle. It hasn't been cleaned. So anyway, I don't understand how Henry Cavill left The Witcher, announced his return to Superman, was dismissed from Superman, and then was 40K, or Warhammer 40K. I don't know that leapfrog. It seems disjointed.
I can't talk.
Yeah, you can go now if you wish.
So you have to remember when we hear about stuff in any from any movie studios or their representatives, This shit has already happened like 3-4 months behind. So we're getting it way late.
Good point.
Right? It's not real time. So there's that. So when it staggers and it feels like it's happening all at once, it's happening all at once on purpose. Because they signed these deals, if not a year ago, 6 months ago. So you have to understand that when you sign a deal, the studio doesn't make hay about it tomorrow. They make hay about it 3 months from now, or when it actually makes sense to drop it, right? And they're called drops for a reason. You drop it for a reason. You have a calendar for a reason.
I have a question.
So that's the paintbrush that we're looking. That's the lens we'll look through Henry Cavill with. You have to understand, and I try to tell everybody, and they don't get it. The old regime brought Henry Cavill back. They shot 2 cameos, one for Black Adam and one for the Flash.
The Flash.
In that time, during that time, that old regime got fired. And
Ezra Miller kidnapped a person.
Right.
So
when the new regime comes in, they're doing a new thing. So they're not responsible per se for what came behind them, right?
You know what? You're right.
You
are right.
So this is, I know. Of course I am. I'm explaining it to you. I love you, and that's why I want to explain it to you.
I want to learn.
Yeah. So that's how it happens. The business part of the sausage making in Hollywood sucked, and nobody should ever get involved in it.
What?
It sucks. It's just like any business. It's
Oh, can I tell business. An offside? Can I tell an offside story just briefly?
You can totally tell because I'm done.
So I thought, how everyone's been ragging on Jennifer Lawrence because she said that she was the first woman in history.
And we did the other night, Ben, and Kat were talking shit on Jennifer Lawrence.
I made a video
on Friday. Remember? What?
Somebody just released.
Oh, dude, by the way, if I could.
I just want to finish my anecdote.
Yeah, please.
Thank you, sir. I just saw a supercut of Jennifer Lawrence, not literally, but figuratively and socially, chugging Harvey Weinstein's cock.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like,
me too.
I know someone's been inside her. Allegedly.
I
don't want to get kicked off of this new Musk.
Ben, I don't know if you want to call out a certain director that might be on the show. You want to do that here or no?
On my show?
Yeah.
Are we talking about who are we talking about? Because
we were talking about Jennifer Lawrence and.
Okay. Well, it's not.
It's up to you.
It's not guaranteed, but Francis Lawrence might be coming on Cinemagop. Maybe.
Which would be awesome.
If anybody knows who that is, he directed the Hunger Games movies and I Am Legend and Constantine.
Good movies.
It's not a guarantee, but he's actually I was in a wedding party. We were groomsmen together, and we talked a few years back, and so I kind of reached out to him, and I'm like, I know you got this new movie coming out, and people are just loving Zooming, and he's like, yeah, we can Zoom, but again, the countless times I've told RMB, like, hey, do you want to talk about shit? And he's sure. And then he just completely disappears and doesn't contact me ever again. Like, so there's no guarantee, but if
it happens, that'd be awesome.
Hopefully I'll be able to just shoot the shit with Francis Lawrence, who's a good director. Like, and he's a very good dude. I got to hang out and get fucked up with him at a wedding. So yeah, that'll be interesting. That'll be interesting. If that happens, it'll be right around New Year's in January. So right when his because he's doing like he's doing like a fucking prequel to the Hunger Games movies, I guess.
Is that when everyone is well fed and they take the food away?
I have no idea, dude. I
heard about this.
You will now be hungry.
I don't know shit about those movies.
It's a prequel, and I think it's a
first
TV show.
Action star of all time in those movies.
What's the name of it? What's my stars? What's her name? What's the name of the lady who directed the new Charlie's Angels?
Jennifer Lawrence.
No. Well, no.
Are you talking about Elizabeth Banks?
Elizabeth Banks, and she played Effie. What?
Well, she was in Spider-Man, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie.
Elizabeth Banks. Yeah, no, totes. Yeah. She was Betty Brant.
Yeah, she was Betty Brant. Yeah, she was great too. But she has that movie Cocaine Bear coming out. Where if you guys haven't seen the trailer for that movie, that looks amazing.
I haven't even heard of it. Like I've heard of it, but I don't even know what it is.
Oh, just watch the trailer, man.
Did I put the trailer?
But I feel like this is me going into Two Girls in One Cup.
No, but yeah, but no.
All right. I'll give it a go.
It is Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine Bear looks hilarious, man.
It
looks hilarious. Just a bear on cocaine running amok. It's like
it's based on a true story too.
Well, yeah, very loosely based.
Very loosely.
The bear didn't actually kill anyone, but in the movie, it
was
a bunch of people.
The trailer is funny.
It's
a
red
so
band
good.
trailer.
I mean, really if you want to have a good fun time at the movies, that's a good fun time at the movies.
Yeah,
popcorn.
Even though I think her directorial status up into that,
I'm not a big fan.
Not been very good.
But we'll see. We'll see.
No, this one looks like a winner to me.
Yeah,
it's just so
shit.
It's just so hard for me to consider Elizabeth Banks as a director, considering that her modern Charlie's Angels was not as good as Mick G's.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Isn't that crazy?
Like, I saw Charlie's Angels, the Mick G one, with LL Cool J in it.
Yeah.
And Bill Murray and
Bill Murray and Lucy Liu and I don't want to take away from it. It's a good movie.
It's fun.
Yeah.
And then just to find out that the new one is just flat, flavorless.
You know what the good comparison, Scotty, is like you have your Rings of Power and then you have your original Lord of the Rings trilogy, which I know you love so much. But it's the same thing. It's like you have one that's just a dud and no one gives a fuck about. And then you have one that's a masterpiece. And then you're like also thinking harder about that. Like even the Hobbit movies, right? People didn't like the Hobbit movies because they weren't that good. They weren't Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
But now that you have Rings of Power, like people are like, oh, the Hobbit movies are actually pretty good. So it's kind of like
I like Rings of Power. So
I haven't actually seen it, so I have no say so.
I know a lot of people talk shit. I'm just like, that's
I've just heard
a lot of people talk shit on Star Wars movies.
Well, totes, but no, Steve, do you like it?
What?
The Rings of Power. Are you a fan?
Yes. I mean, on the whole, I like
phrasing.
Yes, very much so, because the first 3 episodes are dog shit. It's not dog shit, it's just slow. It's just so fucking slow. They do so much world building.
What do you like about it?
Well, because
the episodes are dog shit.
But because from 4 to 8 are awesome. They're
okay.
Really good. But the first 3 episodes it's just like mind-numbingly slow. And if you're not into slow burn stuff, man, this is not for you. I mean, you'll check out in the first 30 seconds.
By the way,
first fucking 30 minutes.
Hi, Jill. Hi, Jill. Jill saying hi. Hi, Jill.
Who the fuck is Jill?
Who the fuck is
Jill? I don't know if Jill was on here as a wrench earlier, but I said that I fell asleep to listening to God, Scotty, help me out.
Galaxy Quest review.
Galaxy Quest. Yeah. It was very good.
No,
talking about Sigourney Weaver too. God damn.
I have very horrific dreams, so sometimes it's nice when you can just hear a good soft. You hear the nice Scotty voice, and then you hear the nice Jill voice, and it just makes you all warm and fuzzy on the inside.
Nice.
I
ASMR.
suppose that takes us to ScottyR37's video of the week. Steve, play the stinger.
The what?
We have a stinger for my DVD of the week, right?
No.
Come on, guys.
Did I ask you about making that?
Get your shit together.
I didn't even do it?
No.
Wait, I have a ukulele. Will that help?
Yes.
I'm not going to get the ukulele. Fuck off.
You're not going to you're not going to do your Tiny Tim? You're not going to do your Tiny Tim?
Sucks. The only thing I have is this.
My favorite thing about that is the Adam West billboard. The billboard with Adam West is the fucking best.
I had to, man. I had to.
That's awesome, man. That is fantastic. I love that. I mean, I've seen it before because I watched the first episode that you guys did. But
yeah,
and I didn't even know you guys were doing that show.
I know it was it wasn't secret, but it was so much fun. Like I said the other night,
I did throw it out there. If anybody, if you guys want a special guest, man,
dude, you're here
forever. And when it begins, I'm fucking there
anytime, dude, for sure.
For Begins?
Well, because Batman Begins is like my favorite Batman movie ever.
Okay, I didn't know that.
I love Batman Forever because I'm an unapologetic fucking Val Kilmer fan. So
yeah, I'm a Val Kilmer fan, but I don't like that movie.
Oh no, you're on for Batman Forever. That
for sure.
Yeah, if that's your
and
jam,
Batman Begins too.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be weird.
There's a lot of people that want to come on for the Begins. Everybody likes that movie. It's a good.
I did think I said it pretty early though, so I should be one of the first panelists.
But Ben, we've never liked you.
No, I mean,
right.
like tolerate.
Few do.
Tolerate.
Hi, Joe.
Matt G. Hey, Matt G is here. Fantastic. Yeah. I think what happened is that I get my Christmas shopping done too, so I am distracted by.
I think they're
having a whole conversation.
Yeah, crosstalk.
Right, you know what? It was the worst anti-derivative Jill impression I've ever done.
She's one impersonation I cannot do.
Oh, Phil, if you want to come on for Batman and Robin, that's great. I'm glad that you are a Clooney fan. But I do, like, we were having a conversation. We were talking about Tara Gilliam the other day. Yes. And I ordered The Man Who Killed Don Quixote. It is 2 hours and 10 minutes. The special features are all featurettes. There is no commentary, just so you know. This comes on the tails. It is an excellent companion piece to Lost in La Mancha. Is that the documentary that
Yeah. Yeah.
And amazing. This is so good. And it is a Gilliam that I had not seen. I was very, very pleased. Still am. I've broken all of my toys again.
I think I showed you this a long time ago, but I have an original. I think I showed you this, Scotty.
You did, but it's delightful.
Yeah. Nope.
Well,
This book was printed in 1875.
Amazing.
And I hardly even want to like go through the page.
Yeah, I don't like to crack. I have old books. I don't want to crack them, dude. I leave them.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would use cotton gloves as opposed to rubber gloves.
$150 for this in a bookstore in San Francisco. Got it. But it's an M. Jones, which is like the English. It's the first English translation from the Miguel de Cervantes. Was that it? Right? Yeah. So pretty cool. Pretty cool.
I know it's Cervantes. I don't know his first name.
Yeah, Miguel.
You think?
Miguel de Cervantes. Yeah, that was his name.
I believe you. Many wouldn't.
Dude, because yes, Phil. Yes, all nerds. We are all nerd.
Shut up, Iron Sheik.
Book nerd, Iron.
Shut up, crime.
Sergeant Slaughter.
We're not allowed to see Super anymore.
No,
it's got the artist formerly known as Ellen.
Holy shit!
She's all sexy and shit, or she was.
Dude,
now
oh my
she's
God.
very masculine.
That scene where she's like, "I'm coming." You're
You know what?
It takes on a whole new meaning now.
I am so glad we are doing this in private because I don't want to share this publicly.
Yeah, I'm like, because this isn't. We're not going live.
No. Let me know when we are.
Okay.
So, but the thing is that I had a crush on the artist formerly known as Ellen.
Juno.
I
had a huge crush on Juno.
Yeah. On Elizabeth.
And it wasn't until I saw Super and she they did like the whole sexy dance for Rainn Wilson because he was dressed up as Super, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
and
that whole scene is a sex scene. Yeah.
And then, you know what I found out? They were not sexy. They were doing a sexy thing. And I was like, you're not sexy. I was surprised. I was shocked. I was taken aback that the artist formerly known as Ellen Page was, and I was like, I have a crush on you. I think you're sardonic. I think you're just my height. I think you are a beautiful woman. Then in Super, when they were doing the thing that I thought would be the most sexy, I was like, you know what?
Not so much.
I'll pay for the cab.
Uber.
Well, it was earlier. Like, when did Super come out?
I don't know.
2010.
Wasn't Uber yet.
Yeah, they didn't have Uber.
Yeah.
They barely had iPhone.
Give me a cab.
They were on the iPhone 3.
Give me a cab. Dude, do you guys see the new teaser for Oppenheimer?
Oh my God.
Oh no.
I saw it yesterday for Avatar 2. Holy shit.
Holy shit.
That looks so good.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Nolan's got another one on his hands, dude.
Oh.
You know he does, but
he's gunning for
It's going to be better than Tenet.
Yeah, I never even saw that one.
Tenet was good.
I did.
But I love Dunkirk.
A lot of people didn't understand it.
Dunkirk was great.
Dunkirk was amazing. This one looks next level, dude.
Yeah.
That I turned to John and I was like, dude, this is how you make a trailer.
Yeah.
Because that trailer was it just kept building and building.
Tense, and then bang.
Yeah. Oh my God. I can't wait to see Oppenheimer. And I love it that Cillian Murphy is finally the lead in a Christopher Nolan movie. He's been in Nolan movies since the beginning.
Yeah. but now he's
the lead. Yeah, it's like finally,
and he's a fucking rock star, dude.
He's a so rock star. He's such a good actor.
Good. I hope they dive into his Oppenheimer's kind of obsession with the Sanskrit. He loved reading the Mahabharata, the Ramayana.
Did you see the trailer?
Yeah,
it looks like he does because it's all about his. Like,
so when he says, "I have become the killer or the murderer of worlds or the killer of worlds," that is a direct quote from the Bhagavad Gita.
When does it come out?
I think it comes out in July.
Okay. Like summertime.
But my God, there's so much dialogue in that trailer that just has you scared. I mean, we already know the outcome, Hiroshima, Nagasaki. We know the outcome, but just the way that they word that trailer was like, wait, are you saying that we could end the world if this?
Yeah, dude, this was a big deal. Oh my God. Dude, they didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah, and it's
when they like we were the first ones to do it,
bomb,
and we're like, dude, this could end everything.
Yeah,
they didn't know.
Dude, that movie could backfire because it could be something people don't want to see.
And hopefully it's not too well. I hope it's smart, but not too smart that people don't want to go see it.
No, I don't think it'll be too. Nolan's good at not being too smart, but again, the subject matter might turn some people off.
Like Interstellar was very smart. It was a fucking high level string theory.
I don't see Japan giving a fuck about putting Oppenheimer out in their movie theaters.
I hope they do. They might not, but
they probably won't. Yeah,
they probably won't.
And I think one of the best movies about Hiroshima and Nagasaki was Fat Man and Little Boy.
Yeah, with John Cusack and Paul Newman.
Paul Newman,
yeah,
good one.
God, do you remember when Cusack's character got absorbed and he was dying and his body was decaying? Oh, that movie is nuts.
So I have a theory
blows you away.
I have a theory that any movie that John Cusack is in is one of my favorite movies.
I love John Cusack.
It's a working theory, but it's a theory nonetheless.
And again, not to self-promote. Well, yes, to self-promote tomorrow.
Yeah, do it.
Promote. Tomorrow, Cinema Gulp has our Crime Caper Christmas Carol, which is our final Christmas video of the year, and it's a John Cusack starring movie with Billy Bob Thornton and the amazing Oliver Platt. Who is
I
just love to pieces, and it's The Ice Harvest. And if you guys haven't seen The Ice Harvest, it's a fantastic dark comedy set on Christmas, and it's great.
So, it was so good. When all I saw was the your teaser, your thumbnail, and it automatically made me go find The Ice. The Ice. What we were talking about earlier, what with Kevin?
Yeah. With the you're talking about the other movie.
Yeah. So I immediately brought that to mind. I'm like, yeah, dude, that's what's cool about it. When you guys do stuff like that, sometimes it just triggers other old things. They're like, oh, dude, I remember this movie, and then it reminds me of this movie that reminds me of something else. So it was really cool.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
The Ice Storm.
The Ice Storm.
Oh my God, the Ice Storm, dude.
Hey, I did the voiceover for the trailer of that.
You did.
Apparently, yeah.
Really good. I hope you got paid.
Well, you know what? I feel badly because now there's some guy out there who's like, no, wait, I did.
Right, I did.
I need to hear that now because
dude, you have to. Dude, you have to, dude. It sounds
Scotty's
exactly
voice,
like Scotty, dude.
I was surprised. I was actually really taken aback.
See, I thought Scotty was like, it doesn't sound like me.
So
but
Scotty,
it really does.
Scotty, even you thought it sounded like you.
I was just like, holy shit. I must have been stoned.
Yeah, I gotta watch it.
So go. It's on YouTube. Just type in the Ice Storm movie.
Why don't we
trailer.
watch it right now?
We don't like to, sometimes we
We
like
can't do it here.
monetization.
But yeah.
But speaking of things that we can do here, Jill is on the ball, on point.
Cinema Gold.
Thanks, Jill. Love you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna leave that up for a while. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to Oppenheimer. And quite frankly, if there's someone who's going to show me the biggest explosions and how we made them, Christopher Nolan is the person who's going to do it in a paced way.
Yeah.
Like, and I mean, PACED.
He's going to do IMAX, but not 3D because he hates 3D. He doesn't. He fought really hard with Warner Brothers to not make Dark Knight Rises 3D.
Yep.
They wanted it 3D, said fuck you.
Yeah, good.
No, but I didn't like Interstellar. I thought it was kind of
I didn't like it that
heady.
much.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved it because it was heady. So
I didn't like Tenet.
Was it though? I don't know.
It was.
Was it
Well,
heady?
it was talking about.
So here's trying to be heady, but it wasn't really heady.
Granted, I think what happened was I was so into string theory and learning about it at that time. When the movie came out, it spoke to me. So I'm not the average moviegoer on that film. Probably I'm in the minority, like I am most of the time. I'm probably in the minority. I don't, because I think the average moviegoer didn't like that film.
Steve, remember Solaris starring George
Solaris.
Clooney?
I fucking love Solaris, dude. Awesome.
Ditto.
Yeah.
But that's not for your average
No. And I'm talking about James Cameron.
moviegoer.
That's a James Cameron film, dude. And oh my god, it
was produced by James Cameron.
Yeah. Dude, I love that movie. But that's heady too. It's really heady. Yeah.
That was the first movie that he produced after Titanic.
He did. Yep, absolutely. Yeah. I like that movie. I like heady movies. My favorite director is of all time.
Yes.
So whatever.
James Cameron is your favorite director of all time?
What?
Who is your favorite director of all time?
Huh?
Who?
Oh. I'm sorry. I didn't hear what you said. Stanley Kubrick. Yeah. Stanley Kubrick. So
too.
the headiest, one of the headiest fucking movie directors of all time. He's my favorite. So
you know what? Okay, I have a question.
Not that I need it to be all fucking weird. Dude, I don't need it to be twisty and turny and brain tickly all the time. Sometimes I just like a good fun movie.
Twisty and turny and brain tickly.
Right?
Remember what I said?
I really like those movies, but
I love Stanley Kubrick too, my brother. I love
the last thing you said about putting on your business card. Don't put that on. Put on like heady and whatever that thing was.
No brain tickly. Brain tickly doesn't work.
Hey guys, I made an eggnog and brandy.
Nice, and the Spider-Man cup, dude. Fuck yeah, dude. Come on. It's awesome.
I'm angry at eggnog.
It's too sweet.
Well, you want a White Russian.
Yeah.
So make a White Russian.
Without the eggnog.
What do you need eggs for?
I want an eggnog without the eggnog.
Well, get out of my lawn. Anyway, is there anything you...
Well, if you're talking White Russians, I just always go back to Big Lebowski, where David Thewlis is like, and he goes, "Ooh, White Russian." He's like, "What the fuck is wrong with that guy?" I just love that scene so much.
You mean Yuli?
David Thewlis, unsung hero, amazing actor.
Anyway, as we do enjoy ending shenanigans with, Are there any things that you are incredibly angry with? Ben, are there anything that are happening in the modern movie development that you are upset about?
No, not really. I mean, I'm sure there are things that are bringing things in a direction that's maybe slowing things down. But honestly, when you have stuff like Everything Everywhere All at Once coming out,
Yeah.
I can't complain. Like, because
Do you
that
think
movie is an unbelievable piece of cinema that I just love so much. I'm glad it came out this year. And I put that up with last year's Pig. It's like, these are my two favorite movies the last couple of years. And it's like, no, I mean, am I angry about something? No, because I'm not technically in the industry at this point. So
I am.
I'm angry that I think that not angry, but I'm disappointed where Marvel is going. I don't like the Marvel movies anymore. And I think I'm not going to watch them anymore. I just don't enjoy them. And
I've been saying the same thing myself. Is that I am like, Endgame was the end of the Marvel universe. There are things that I enjoy.
Well, I really liked Spider-Man No Way Home because
I did not.
I liked it because it had all the other Spider-Men. But if it didn't have that, I probably wouldn't like it.
Yeah, I didn't care. I didn't care for any of those. I didn't think those movies were particularly strong at all.
I didn't think they were particularly Spider-Man.
When it was announced that the director was going to do Fantastic Four, I was bummed. And I was really happy when they moved him off the project. I'm like, yeah, John Watts. I was like, yeah, thank God, because I just didn't like that whole arc. I liked the first movie. The second and third movie I thought were kind of garbage. So
I'm not a fan. Like, I'm a fan of the actor. I'm a fan of the creativity and whatever. I don't fucking care. But like, and that's my answer, is that I don't fucking care. Like, you're not Spider-Man. There is no Uncle Ben. There is no Impetus. And you know what? For everybody who says I don't want to see Batman's mom get her pearls all over the alleyway anymore, you know what? I want to see Uncle Ben die as much as possible.
And I would always give Martha, what's her name?
Kent?
No, not Martha Kent.
Martha Wayne.
Martha, I would always give Martha Wayne a pearl necklace if she asked me to.
Of course. She's hot.
I'd have to run. I'd have to jump out of a stately Wayne Manor window all of a sudden, and she's just like sitting there on all fours, ass gaping.
Begging for it. Good, Scotty.
Young Bruce shows up and says, "Mama,
Mama."
Whatever.
Step mama.
Grow up, kid. You killed my parents. No, I didn't. I just fucked your mom.
Stepmom, why are you stuck in the laundry again?
Anyway,
did you say ass?
Thank you for all the kids getting out of the room.
Scotty said ass gaping while talking about
ass gaping.
Martha Wayne.
She was a foxy lady when she was alive.
I don't even know what she looks like.
Foxy lady.
I only know from one perspective.
So Phase 4 was a mess. Phase 4 was a mess. I think for a bunch of different reasons, but Phase 4 is a mess.
Yeah,
I think a lot of it happened because they're trying to do TV shows, and then they were handcuffed. Like, you can only do 6 episode shows.
And all the TV shows sucked.
And they all sucked. They all sucked. You know, like, so.
What, and then TV shows also
trying to tie it all together. I don't know. I'm super excited for the
I was so excited for Moon Knight, and Moon Knight just kept kicking me in the nuts every episode.
Yeah, I mean, I liked Moon Knight. I still like that on the whole. I thought the ending was not so good, but
super disappointed.
It's still better than most.
Like you mean the 15 fucking or the 45 seconds of Moon Knight we got on screen for 6 episodes. Like he's not even
that's
in
the problem.
the show.
It sucked. So fucking horrible. that was Bob Paycheck though, you know.
Jill in the chat says, "Can I combine space flight with special analytics or analysis? Analysis?
Analysm?
The answer is yes.
It's always yes.
You can do whatever you want." Eugene Bird, hey Bird, for Quinn Martin Productions, then you are overqualified for astrophysics. So big that you'd probably need to choose a focus. Cosmology stars. What? No, cosmology, stars, relativity, spectral analysis, stars / galaxies, space flight.
It wasn't focused on a thing.
It just said hurrah.
It wasn't focused on a thing. But thanks, I get it.
You know what? Have fun. Do what you will. Explore the things that you enjoy.
No, well, yeah.
I'm going to watch Max Headroom later.
Because back then, string theory was the leading theory. And then M theory came. And M theory is awesome. There's multiverse of madness. M theory is awesome. Q theory, awesome.
Don't tell me about string theory. I knit.
Yeah, of course you do. Good stockings.
I guess the thing that I'm really, I don't know. I had this thing. I saw the, I saw the, well, no, I still have the thing. I saw the trailer for the new Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yes.
And
I'm not a big fucking gamer, so it didn't hit for me.
I think it's cute, and I think it's something that I may be able to watch with my nieces, although they don't play, and that's my sister's fault.
But would that be a good gateway?
Well, I think it's just flashy and entertaining for children. And so I'm not going to get angry at the Super Mario Brothers movie because, you know, why?
It looked gorgeous. It's a gorgeous looking promo. I don't know what the film could be dog shit. I don't know, but
it is a movie. It's a children's movie first and foremost, made for a modern children audience with short attention span.
Yeah,
and with a desire for flashy lights.
This is what fucks me up about Dungeons and Dragons. I thought that was gonna be super cool, and then I saw the trailer and I'm like, it looks jokey and kind of
a movie with Chris Pine.
Yeah,
it looks like a fucking. It looks like a joke. Dude.
I know.
I thought that movie was a fucking. That trailer looked like a fucking Saturday Night Live sketch.
It could be so. Dude, did you ever play? What was that? What was the stand-up game, dude? It was when we were like, I don't know, 10. It was called Dragon Slayer. Is that the one? Dragon Slayer. You ever played the game? It was the first like video kind of game and stand up and you were like
the arcade game.
And you were at night and you fucking slay.
You had to make those moves and then it was
and the video it was like the first video game. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense.
Yeah, and if you died, like your body came down to
the skeleton. Yeah, remember that? I think
I played Dragon Slayer. Yeah, sure.
Dragon Slayer, dude. So why don't you make that? I mean, why aren't we making that? We're making some fucking like screwball comedy Dungeons and Dragons. First of all, don't make Dungeons and Dragons, which is awesome. Screwball comedy. I never put it in that category, and I don't know why. For 2 movies now, they're putting in that.
Like the movie from 2000 was a big fucking joke, right?
Yeah, I don't get.
Now they're
just
doing the same thing. They're just making it a joke. I don't understand why they don't care about that source material. Because I'm not a huge gamer, but I was a Dungeons and Dragons guys with Brian and John.
Yeah. Dude, I fucking roll 20s every day. No, I'm kidding. But
I think the hardest part about making a Dungeons and Dragons movie is not just making, like, I think that okay, I can only speak for myself. If I were going into a Dungeons and Dragons movie, I wouldn't include the player. And I think that every Dungeons and Dragons movie includes the player.
Yeah.
But I would also like to say that, remember when Duncan Jones made that World of Warcraft movie?
Yeah.
He did not include the player. Horrible failure.
Yeah, they fucking hated it. Yeah.
Yeah. And so it is a weird balance when it comes to Dungeons and Dragons, because you want to incorporate, or at least that's what Hollywood thinks.
It shouldn't be jokey. It should be funny. Like, I mean, you can have jokes and fun, but it's not supposed to be a comedy or a dark comedy. You could make it a dark comedy, and that'd be fucking way cool. But that Vox Machina is doing that on Amazon.
I hate to say it, but maybe the best Dungeons and Dragons movie that was ever made is called Jumanji.
Or Stranger Things fourth season. Awesome.
I couldn't give
it was so it was, not only was it so Dungeons and Dragons, they played Dungeons and Dragons.
But I don't care
about the fucking series, and it was amazing.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Fantasmagorium,
but that's how
next week's show will be all about. I don't give a good goddamn about Stranger Things.
I know, but I'm telling you, this is the best rendition of D&D that I've seen.
It's boring. It's long, and it culminates to nothing.
You didn't see it, so shut your pie hole.
I saw parts.
Shut your yacker! What? Yeah. What does Steve Farley say? Shut your your cake hole, Yoko.
I am all. Shut your cake hole, Yoko.
Shut your cake hole, Yoko.
Shut it up.
I am the Korean whore that bit off your nose.
Wow, that's a deep cut, man. Fucking dirty work right there. I love dirty work.
Joking.
Scotty knows his comedies, man. I love it. He's like, we're gonna play J7, and it's if you like pina colada.
I do enjoy that
getting fucked in the rain. What?
I really enjoy that I coughed all over all of that.
Yeah.
And then I decided to hit mute for the last. Anyway.
Vapes.
I don't know, guys.
You guys are saying?
We're coming up on 2 hours. What do you think? Do you have any closing thoughts? Avatar, very, very visually spectacle. It is a waste of James Cameron's time, but he seems to love it. So why should I argue? What do you guys think? Any final thoughts?
I'm not going to argue with you that I wish, because I do wish he had done other things with his time. I really do. He's such an intelligent filmmaker, and he knows how to shoot action. He knows how to create characters. I don't get this whole narrative of like people saying his dialogue is bad. Have you ever seen Terminator or Aliens? Or like his dialogue is not bad. Like it doesn't make sense.
Fucking Titanic.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. But I gotta say, like Avatar 2 is really immersive and wonderful, and I fell in love with the characters, and I couldn't wait to see what was going to happen. And the last 45 minutes is it's traditional filmmaking. It's like, it's brilliant stuff, man. Like he's still got it. I know it's not what everybody wants to see out of him, but to me, he still has it. But aside from that, watch Cinema Gulp tomorrow because more importantly, watch
and right up front.
watch the final episode of the Crime Caper Christmas Carol, which is going to be on the Ice Harvest tomorrow. And that comes out tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. So
Cool. The Ice Harvest. I'm fucking down.
Drink your Ovaltine?
Ovaltine?
A goddamn commercial.
I love Ovaltine. It's got some malt in there.
I don't know. The glass is round. The can is round. Why don't they call it circles?
What was that movie? What?
No, it's Seinfeld. It's Seinfeld. It's Bannon.
Why do they call it
Banya?
Ovaltine? Why do they call it Ovaltine? Yeah, that was Seinfeld. Yeah, not a movie. Yeah.
Either way. Yeah, but I don't know. I'm gonna try and end this.
Yeah.
Is that cool?
I'm good.
Totally.
I'm good.
Thanks, Ben, for hanging out.
No, thank you guys for inviting me, man. It's awesome.
Totally cool.
I love talking to you guys. So thank you.
Scotty still doesn't give a shoot about Avatar: The Way of Water, but I think Ben and I do, and I can't wait to see it. I'm going to go see it next weekend, and Scotty's not going to see it.
It's going to be one of those things that, like in a year, I'm going to be like, you know what? I wish I'm going to get the Blu-ray when it's cheap for $10 at Walmart. And I'm gonna watch it, and I'm gonna be like, you know what? That would have been so much better in the theater. In 3D.
Yeah. If you don't see it in 3D, I'd almost say just don't even ever see it.
There's only 2 movies I think that are coming out before the end of the year that I really want to see,
And those are
Avatar: The Way of Water, and the other is The Empire of Light. I really want to see that movie in theater. So if you haven't checked that out, you should check it out because it's awesome. Olivia Colman looks like she gives a dynamite.
Yeah, she really does, man.
So,
and that's the
Sam Mendes.
Mendes, yeah.
Sam Mendes film, dude. And
Sam Mendes is that one guy that will do one for them and one for him.
And one for me, yeah. One for them, one for me, one for them. Yeah.
I'll do a 1917 and then I'll do a fucking American Beauty.
Yep. I
I
think this Empire of Light is one for him.
Yeah,
right?
it definitely is. It's very small.
It looks really fucking awesome. So I want to check that out. Babylon looks okay, but I think I'm not hearing great things.
I hear it's a piece of shit.
Yeah, yeah. So
and it also is exactly the same length as Avatar: The Way of Water, 3 hours and 10 minutes, but it's not an action movie, so.
That's funny.
For what you will. If you want to watch a fucking drama about the golden age of Hollywood for 3 hours and 10 minutes, have a field day with that.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a big old pass on that one.
Hard pass.
Well, I think
guys.
there's only one thing that I can say. Steve, do you have anything else to add?
No, I'm good.
You good?
Just thanks for hanging out, and it was a good.
And thank you to Cinema Gulp. Please subscribe to Cinema Gulp. And Ben, your thoughts are always, they tickle my medulla
medulla oblongata.
So I will see you in the future, and I'm just going to leave you with some words of wisdom from another co-host who isn't here, but we'll see you all in the future. Bye.
Play it.
Theorizing that one could travel within his own lifetime, Dr. Sam Beckett stepped into the quantum leap accelerator and vanished. He woke to find himself trapped in the past, facing mirror images that were not his own, driven by an unknown force to change history for the better. His only guide on this journey is Al, an observer from his own time, who appears in the form of a hologram that only Sam can see and hear. And so Dr. Beckett finds himself leaping from life to life, striving to put right what once went wrong, and hoping each time that his next leap will be the leap home.